now, ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 5-minute rounds in the Havoc Fighting Championship Featherweight Division, and is brought to you by Mass Pro Oilfield Supplies. The man in charge of the action when it starts inside the cage is Mr. Brian Beauchamp. And now first, introducing in the blue corner, fighting out of Chilliwack, British Columbia. He's representing Four Directions Martial Arts. He stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 145.8 pounds, has a professional record of 9 wins, 4 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sabah Fadai. And his opponent in the red corner, fighting out of Lethbridge, Alberta, representing the Canadian Martial Arts Center. He stands 5'8". He weighed in at 143.8 pounds, has a professional record of 17 wins, 27 losses, and 1 no contest. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Tim the Chin Tamaki.
I have never seen a stare down like that. You could cut that with a knife.
Okay, gentlemen, went over my instructions in the back room. I want a clean, fair fight. I ask you to stop everything you're doing. Let's touch gloves, go back to your corner.
We're about to see some havoc here tonight, folks.
Absolutely, we could be sitting on a fight of the night. Round 1 set to get underway. The referee in charge tonight is Canada's most veteran referee, Brian Beauchamp.
Co-main event underway.
Both fighters meeting at the center of the cage.
Finding the range.
The outside of the beautiful overhand right with a left hook that just breezes by Sabah. Sabah darts in with a razor sharp jab.
Yeah, Tim's gonna be looking for those overhands. He lands them.
Beautiful right low leg kick. Again with an overhand right and that left hook that actually finds its mark. Sabah now with double underhooks, looking for a trip.
Well, Sabah looks comfortable in the clinch here. But Tim manages to turn his back to the cage. This will help nullify Sabah's knees.
I'm just going to say, with the difference of proportions, Tim being the smaller guy, that I'm going to give the strength advantage to him.
You know what, I would as well, because although Sabah has the length and the reach, Tim definitely looks like he feels at 145 more.
Absolutely.
Tim getting turned back to the cage spot, really looking for that takedown.
Sabah doing a good job.
And he gets it. Right to side control. Excellent trip, body lock takedown. Will not give him that half guard. And he goes right to full mount.
Floats right into full mount.
Yes, that was picture perfect. Let's see what he's got planned from here. He's starting to walk Tim's arms up. Try to get a high mount, and he does. He brings his knees up. Tim's got that quarter guard. He's trying to shrimp back in to get a half guard going, trying to get out of this terrible mount position. Sabah being very calm here.
Very, very calm.
He's got a grapevine on the legs so that Tim lays flat on his back, and he can smother him here. He knows the ref isn't going to stand him up in full mount, so he wants full control before he takes his action for finishing. And here we go, cross face to get some posture. Let's see if we don't see some elbows.
Postures up. We can see some.
There it is, short elbow to the chin. Grinding his face with that forearm.
Tim doesn't like that one bit. He needs to interrupt the base of Sabah here. And he does.
And he does. Manages to get up, but he's turned his back. He needs to use that cage to defend against the choke.
Tamaki's been here before. Can't have a record of 15-12-1 and not have your back taken at least once.
Absolutely.
Sabah's doing a good job of flattening Tim out here.
He's being relentless with that choking arm, whereas Tim is holding on to that final arm with dear life, because he knows if that gets out, he's in big trouble.
He's feeding Tim right hands here.
Yeah, shots raining, but Tim's turning to his side. He could find himself in a half guard, which would be much, much better.
Doing such a good job of threatening with multiple techniques at the same time.
He's keeping Sabah high, trying to shake him off the top, but the cage isn't letting him.
Digging that left hook back deep inside. Turns around and drops a couple hammer fists on Tim.
Takes some shots to try to get out of this position.
I'm going to say Tim is doing an awesome job of surviving here.
He is. He's doing a lot of right things to keep him out of that choke danger, which Sabah is dearly looking for, trying to dig that under his chin again. Tim is using the cage to his advantage now, grinding his back against his opponent.
Tim picks up an ankle here and tries to turn into his opponent, but
he's
might
giving
have
up his
found
neck
himself
doing
deep
it.
into a choke.
Sabah doing everything he can against that cage to get the angles he needs. A high back mount, trapping the arm now. This is dangerous for Tim. If Sabah gets his other hand out, this could be very, very dangerous.
There's a minute 14 left in the first round.
Tim's still surviving. He's hand fighting. He gets it off. He turns. He's back into full guard.
Absolutely, and immediately he drops a right elbow to the body.
That's a veteran there. He weathered a terrible storm in the first round. He's already back into a good position with his opponent ground against the cage. This is where he can do his damage to take this round back in the next 50 seconds.
Absolutely, and Sabah's guard is somewhat nullified here with his head up against that fence like that. Tim can go to work here, score some points, and get back on the cards.
You're right. When you're on the bottom, you need to use your hips, and it's very hard to do when you can't turn them against
And now
the
Tim's
cage.
staying with him in that beautiful scramble.
Yeah, he did a good job avoiding the triangle armbar danger and still keeping square with his opponent, which will avoid those submissions. Tim keeping a wide, low base to avoid being swept. You can see the large overhook that Sabah has on. Oh, going to rubber guard now. This is something we don't see often in MMA, but can be very effective, as Eddie Bravo has shown. Very, very high guard. Short time though, I don't know if it's gonna, yeah, there's the buzzer.
Tim was able to sneak a right elbow in there right before the bell.
Wow.
And although he was, Sabah was really able to impose his grappling game there, I think Tim learned a lot about that round, and we might see a completely different second round.
Yeah, I'm wondering how this will affect the game plan walking into round number 2, if his corner will tell him to keep more distance striking.
There you see the overhand right, walking in with that left hook that just, again, it doesn't really find its mark.
I tell you though, when it does, Tim puts people to sleep with that left and that right overhand. I've seen them both.
He's definitely throwing it with the confidence like it has in the past. Sabah, man, this guy's, he's collected. This guy's a cool character, and I'm impressed. I'm a Sabah Fadai fan.
Absolutely. We were commenting a lot on the grappling, but we really should focus also on the crisp striking on the feet. Excellent, digging leg kicks, good push jabs. He definitely knows the whole game.
Yeah, his hands looked like lightning quick, and his leg kicks were heavy and definitely a weapon that needs to be acknowledged by Tamaki heading into the second round.
Here we go. Sabah takes the center of the ring immediately.
Tamaki swinging low.
Probably looking for a liver shot.
Sabah fires off a left high kick, followed by a right low kick. That's absolutely, man, that's like a bat hitting your leg.
Yeah, Fadai really knows how to throw
leg
those.
kick now. Kind of feints for an overhand right, but finds his way under Tamaki's overhand and into a body lock.
Yeah, he hopped his way back to the cage to avoid being taken down. Now the cage is stopping him from ending up on the ground again. But here we are. Into half guard this time. He doesn't get to full side control, so Tim has a chance to regain guard or a sweep or get back to his feet. This is what he needs. He doesn't want him back in full mount where Fadai is doing incredibly good there. Tim looks like he's trying to set up a figure 4 Kimura on the arm. He can use this both as a submission but as well as a sweep. If the opponent wants to avoid being submitted, he'll have to roll with it.
Absolutely.
But Fadai wise to it, and he's digging that arm deep, making it very hard for Tim to pull out. It's a very heavy strength move to pull it out from that deep.
Well, Tim could use that Kimura to get some hips underneath it, and he does all the way over.
Sweep. I've seen him do it in grappling competition over and over. He loves that Kimura sweep. But just like that, man, Fadai has got some ground game. He used a beautiful butterfly sweep before Tim could get his base. Fadai crushing him against the cage, only in a quarter guard here. Really keeping heavy pressure on Tim. Forehead to the chin, he's not allowing him to move.
And while he's not really doing much damage here, he is absolutely soaking the game of Tamaki. And Tamaki's not getting much off here.
He is. He's grinding him down here. What he's wanting to do is just nullify Tim until he can get his pass and really start looking for the damage and the submission.
There we go. Finally opens up with a nice right hand, but he's definitely picking his spots.
Excellent. Pass the guard in the scramble, straight to the back, both hooks. Here we are back from where we were in round number 1. Let's see if Tim has another answer. Tamaki trying to punch from the back.
Kind of some short hammer fist there, getting in the eye to Tamaki. Tim aware of the transition there and avoids the mount. But again with the butterfly guard.
Yeah, Fadai is using that to his benefit. Tim really wants to get that leg out.
He needs to square his hips up to the mat and get on top.
That's right, Tim, it looks like he's got a head here. He might go for a guillotine choke. Arm in. If nothing else, he can use it for a sweep.
This is some stealthy jiu-jitsu.
And we're in side control now. Fadai on top. Tim needs to turn to his opponent as he might get his back taken if he doesn't.
He has an opportunity to stand up here if he really wants it.
He does with the double leg takedown.
Right into a double. Sabah looked like he was going to ride a guillotine all the way to the mat, but man, he finds his way on top again.
This is just an excellent back and forth. This is some of the best jiu-jitsu we've seen all night.
What an absolute, Sabah Fadai is controlling the momentum in this fight expertly.
It looks like it's starting to wear on Tim as he's starting to breathe through his mouth, opening his guard.
Well, every time he can get even a little bit of offensive position, Sabah reverses the tables on him.
That's right, it's hard to stay positive when everything you do gets turned on you immediately. And we're stood up. Action back to the feet.
I got to disagree with that stand-up. Sabah Fadai is all over Tim Tamaki.
You know what, we'll see what happens here though.
Beautiful overhand rights and a tip to the midsection. As soon as Tim opens up, he shoots it with a double leg.
Oh, big up kicks from Tim. He's not just going to sit there for this. Grabs a low ankle, see if he can pick it, but Fadai's got that flexibility, man. Look at his knee. He's looking to take the back from this.
Now it looks like he's got a leg in around.
Yeah, Tim does a smart thing, tries to turn back into guard to try to get to a better position because he was in danger of getting his back taken yet again. Wisely holding the wrist to avoid the shots to the head. You can take some serious damage from half guard. And he squares up with his opponent. Fadai keeping a shin and instep on the right knee of Tim Tamaki to try to open that half guard and get to side control again.
Some nice short elbows by Sabah Fadai. Again, not really getting too greedy with his strikes, but just doing enough to let Tim know that they're there.
Yeah, we're down below our last 10 seconds of the round. It looks like Fadai is going to end on top again.
Liking what I'm seeing from Sabah Fadai. Definitely a fighter on another level.
Yeah, this is an exhibition, man. He is showing all the skills, both standing on the ground, transitionally in the takedowns and in the scrambles, taking the back 2 or 3 times within 2 rounds. Nevertheless, Tim has got an answer. He has not been finished. He's not been rocked. And we're going into round 3.
He has been smothered, though. And you got to wonder, you know, what's going through the head of Tim Tamaki now as far as where does he turn next? I mean, both at every opportunity, Sabah Fadai has an answer. You know, he comes aggressive. Sabah Fadai changes levels, takes and takes him down. He takes him against the fence. Sabah Fadai has a takedown for that as well. You know, he gets on top. Sabah Fadai, you know, sweeps him immediately.
Yeah, Tim is definitely going into this round with a deficit. He knows he has to finish. He's going to look for those overhands early. He may try some heavy strikes to the body, like he tried with that liver shot early.
Yeah, I would definitely like to see Tamaki stay low, punish the body, and try and land some significant shots to the head.
I'd say specifically just keep off the cage. He's getting taken down on the cage. If he can circle around and stop being bullied into the cage, he might keep this standing.
Agree wholeheartedly. The third and final round of our co-main event of the evening.
2 seasoned vets here. Both men still highly game for the last 5 minutes of this 15-minute fight.
Tamaki feinting now.
Yeah, he's trying to set up that hand, man.
Trying to enter into a little bit more of a gamesmanship of Fadai here.
That's right. Oh, and return
beautiful
by
overhand
Fadai.
right. Tamaki narrowly escaped there. Eats a little bit of an inside uppercut.
There may be a lot being played here with the striking reach advantage of Fadai.
I love the way Fadai uses his head against the cage when he gets in on that body lock.
Yeah, you know what? His length is really paying dividends at this weight class. He gets the leverage standing. He gets the distance striking.
Trip there on Tamaki.
Lanky limbs in the ground situation.
Beautiful up kick by Tim Tamaki, finds its mark.
Those will ring a guy's bell. You can see he's a little more hesitant to walk into the guard. He may stand this up.
Tim Tamaki.
Goes for that single ankle pick again.
And now he's
reverses, but
almost found himself in a
needs
choke
to hold
there.
that head without his back getting taken. Solid elbow.
I believe we're at the critical point of the fight now where if Tim Tamaki can find at least one opening and do some damage, that Sabah Fadai might pay for what's happened thus far. But
you know, watch Tim's left arm. He's draping it over the head. He might be thinking guillotine.
Sabah Fadai's persistence just seems to be too much for Tim Tamaki.
Yeah, you know what? In this late round, they're both feeling the fatigue. They're both slippery. It's very difficult to land a submission of any kind at this point, although Tim is very adamant about that arm.
And the fans are, you know, I hope they're really appreciating the level of skill that's on display here, because Sabah Fadai is really turning it on tonight.
Yeah, this is an excellent spectacle here at Havoc FC 7. Now Fadai looks like he's starting the front choke. He might look for that arm and guillotine if Tim comes up to his knees. Keeps the whizzer, won't let him up. Oh!
A beautiful knee to the body. And this is something that you're kind of seeing entering into the game these days is, you know, finding a way to knee to the chest while opponent is somewhat down.
Yeah, Tim doing a good job using his knee shield to not allow the pass as well as make distance so he can stand up.
I think Tim is just reaching here for whatever he can get when it's available.
That's right, and with just over 2 minutes left in this round, he's going to need to find his opening. Oh, big raining shots from the top. Tim takes the leg again.
He is finally opening up here. I think he senses that Tamaki's frustration has, you know, is now working against him, and he kind of lay back.
This up. Goes for that single ankle pick, but ends up getting turned over, and his back is taken immediately. That choking arm is in deep. I can't see from our angle right now, but if he connects that hands, Fadai said he can end this in the third round. Okay, Tim's got 2-on-1 control on that arm, and he's taking that choking arm away.
And it looks like he's free of the choke.
He's going to have to work to get that left arm of Fadai over his head so he can turn into him.
Fadai switches his body triangle to the right side.
Yeah, great control from the back here. He doesn't want to give it up anymore.
A brutal left hook to the Tim Tamaki's ear. Right now, you know, he's really comfortable with what he's accomplished so far, winning the rounds, and you know, he's looking to punish Tim a little bit.
That's right. With a minute left in the fight, too, this is all him. He can decide to finish or just hold on. Tim has got the body triangle locked on the ground here. He can actually put a significant amount of pressure onto Fadai's ankle. We're talking to each other here.
It's a little bit of a laugh fest in there. I can't hear quite what they're saying, but both guys having a bit of a conversation.
Yeah, Tim trying to push that arm off, take the choke away, and he's out. Still locked on the back, though. Boy, that back control is high. Look how high the legs are. That's the lankiness of Fadai is really paying.
Oh yeah, he uses it well.
Tim's smiling. He's having fun in there.
Yeah, he's having fun, but you got to know that if you know, things were going in his favor at this point, it might be a little bit different.
Yeah, you know, I think that he's conceded the victory to his opponent here, but at the same time, he just loves to fight. He's a born fighter.
Absolutely, Drew, I agree.
Great sportsmanship shown at the end there. Two absolute veterans of the sport.
And well, no decisive, you know, finish as far as, you know, a submission or knockout. An absolutely stunning display of skill by both fighters, not just Sabah Fadai, whose offense and control over Tim Tamaki in this fight was apparent. It needs no description, but Tim Tamaki's ability to defend himself over a high-level attack.
Yeah, you know what? This could really be a good 3-round, 50-minute fight for these amateurs that fought earlier tonight to take away and dissect and really help their own game, because there was a lot of back and forth and a lot of nuances that can be taught and learned and expressed in the gym that will help them in their further fights.
Absolutely. And it was just Sabah's night tonight. Tim Tamaki, of course, he'll chalk one more loss up on his record, and but like you said, it's one to learn from, and I don't see him quitting anytime soon.
No, you'll never see the end of Tim Tamaki, and I'd rather we don't. With our official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a great fight. Let's cheer here for these two warriors. This fight goes to the judges' scorecards, and all three judges score the fight 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision. In the blue corner, Sabah Fadai.
Display of MMA tonight.
Yeah, I was most impressed, honestly, with his ability to mix it up from standing to his takedowns, and how smooth he was able to, recover from those brief moments where Tim Tamaki was able to reverse his fortunes.
Yeah, Sabah Fadai